What is going on today, guys? All right, so we are back working on the Ranger. You guys would have seen this probably about a week, maybe 2 weeks ago. We've had a couple of different things going on. I was working on a couple of separate projects. However, we are back working on the Ranger. Today, we've got a couple of different goals. Hopefully, we can get them all done. If not, we do have some time tomorrow, hopefully, to get them finished up. So let's talk about what the goals are. Number one, we need to do brake hoses and brake lines. This truck, we did do front calipers when we bought the truck. The caliper pins were seized up and it just needed them. The brake lines themselves are pretty rusty, just kind of unsafe. I'll probably drive this truck all winter, so we just want to be safe. I did pick up a couple of wheel cylinders to the rear, so we'll rebuild those. I'm going to dump and refill the rear diff. Probably do the front. I think the front is a one of those just drain and fill plug types. I have to double check. I haven't actually checked. Probably service the transfer case also while we're underneath there. Should be the same thing, just a drain and fill type deal. So we will double check. We're finally going to see if we can throw on our little brush guard, or I'm sorry, guard right there. I did find a couple of mounts from Weston that I do believe will work for the brush guard that we have in the backyard. So we're going to double check. We might put these together, see if we can get it mounted up, see if that'll work. If not, I might end up just buying a brush guard that just fits at this point. It's kind of funny that I've had that thing probably for like 3 months now, and it's just sitting back there. As well as I need to, I did buy a while back, everything to just throw on like another exhaust pipe. I noticed that, so I hacked off when I was doing the bed for this, I hacked off the exhaust pipe just because I kept walking into it and it was kind of annoying. And then I also noticed the back of the cab was getting really hot, and when I would open up the back window, it was getting really hot in the cab. And I was like, this is really weird. What's going on? And the exhaust gases were coming back into the cab. So I just need to add like a simple extension, probably like another 12 inches, and it should be fine. It should solve that issue. So, but I just need to get that done. So real quick, here's where the ABS, of the ABS, here, let me turn a light on for you. Here's where the ABS distribution block is. So this will be the front driver's wheel, this will be the passenger wheel, and then this will be the line going to the rear. Here will be the ones coming off of the master. I'm probably gonna leave these alone for now. These look fine enough to me. I really don't want to bench bleed the master, if I'm being entirely honest with you. I think that they're okay. It's also not so far of a run that I'm really concerned as of right now. So if I need to do them in the future, I can. But I don't really want to get going in this and then end up junking a master or anything like that, because then it just turns into a bigger deal than what I want to deal with. So first things first, I am going to go through, loosen up all the lug nuts, probably jack the truck up on all four, put it all up on jack stands, and start with that, get it at least at a good point, because I need to, at a very minimum, I need to remove the front driver and passenger brake lines and hoses. Since I already have the hoses, those were easy to order. I need to go and buy lines. I pulled the 84 out of the garage so we can run up to the store and get those. Probably about 3 o'clock or so now. So we've got a couple hours, thankfully, to do that. So I just want to make sure that we can get all that squared away at a minimum. The rear line should be nice and easy. It looks like it's just 3/16. Hopefully it's not M10 on this. I don't recall if Ford did any weird stuff like this. Yeah, it looks like it's all 3/16. So GM typically will do a 1/4 inch line going to the rear, and then they'll branch off to 3/16. But it doesn't really matter because it's not like their vehicles stop any better. So, but we'll get cracking on this. Like I said, I'm going to remove all the wheels and we'll go from there. All right, now that that fun stuff is done, we are back to the driver's side. If you have never bled brakes before, it's a pretty straightforward process. Here's the bleeder. The bleeder needs to be at the topmost part of the whatever you're bleeding. So it's going to be either a caliper or a wheel cylinder. Wheel cylinders can really only be positioned in like one way, so it's never usually a big deal. So since we're changing out the brake hose and the brake line itself, I'm going to crack this, the actual attachment piece right here. So I had previously changed this before, so I knew that it was going to come free. This does come with new copper washers, so I am going to use those new ones, not the old ones. So as you can see, this is pretty nasty. It's only been on for maybe 2 months. Yeah, pretty gross. Let's see, just pop that off right there. I had a little bit of a mishap. Apparently, I did not get the wheel bearing bolts super tight on this side, and it backed out and decided to knock the boot off the CV axle. I was able to get that reattached, and actually it's been fine. Generally, you never want to reattach a CV boot. You just want to replace it. I figured at the time I was just going to get it going because I needed to go to work. And to be honest, that was 2 months ago. And it's not screaming, it's not doing anything. I actually seem to have caught it in the correct amount of time. So I'm gonna run it until it actually needs to be changed from there. But we'll see. And just to be clear, you really don't want to do that. I should change both of them. Okay, is that starting to round? It might be. Okay, so seeing that we don't want to be as crazy up here, I'm just going to throw like this right here. There is going to be fluid that's going to leak out. Looking at this, it looks like there's a fitting that goes into the ABS system, as well as this top portion. So again, this is the line. It appears to be a 15 mil. This one did break free nicely, thankfully. So we are just going to open this one up. Just like this right here. Let's see if that's gonna, okay, yeah, it looks like it's already kind of stopped leaking as well, thankfully. Let's see. Come on. Okay. So here's the thing. So you'll have two options. You can either change the piece going into the ABS cylinder, or just go right there. So that looks like it's like a bubble flare from what I can see. Okay, so I'm hesitant to pull this out. So there's a couple of reasons why I'm hesitant. If we pull it out and we screw something up with this, basically I've got to go to the junkyard and pull a whole new unit. And that's just, I mean, don't get me wrong. I know I can go get one tomorrow. But like, that's just a whole, again, talk about a can of worms, right? Why would I subject myself to that if I don't have to, for no real benefit at the end of the day? So, looking at this, looks like this is the front line. So we can measure this as well. I should probably take this line out. The remainder, let me look underneath real quick to see if it's hooked up anywhere else. Is it still hooked up down here? Let's feel. Yeah, it looks like it is. Is this still attached somewhere? Sorry. Let me steal the light from you real quick. Oh, okay, I see what's going on. Just a weird clip. Yep, just a weird clip on the shock tower that should have released and just hasn't, so. Just pretty standard stuff. So we're just going to measure this because we can get an adapter that goes on top of here and then just threads to 3/16. That's the easiest route that saves, basically it saves the most amount of heartache. I'll double check as well before I go to the store to see what guys recommend, because if I can pull this out, and who knows, maybe I do just take the chance and do it. The best route would be to get just a simple little adapter line, adapt it right to 3/16. Then you never ever worry about it ever again. It's just your one line and then you're done. So we'll take a look. I absolutely hate when manufacturers do this. It's stupid. It doesn't make any sense. Just go to common line. like they keep trying to reinvent the wheel and they keep doing a really bad job at it. So yeah, it's kind of just my 2 cents on it. So let me release this line down here. Is that it? I think we just got it. Okay. Make sure we're popping these all out because they're all going. They're all going bye-bye. What? Oh my gosh, okay, so this is the passenger line. Okay. Makes no sense, but all right, that's fine. Apparently this is the driver line. There we go. Yep, that's... Now we've got flow. Yep, there it is. I'm like, why is this not pulling? Okay, that was just the clip that fell. Not a big deal. Okay, I am going to actually, come on. For what it is, this is fairly flexible. I mean, this is like, Is it a nylon line? It might be nylon in the middle right there. That's why. Now, we don't need to replace it with that, but, okay, there we go. Okay, let's see. Let's take a look. Yes, it's steel braided, right in that small section right there. Weird. But look at how rotted the bottom side of that is. Funky. Okay. They're different threads too. Why? What is the point? Okay. Well. All right. Well, now we just move on to the next one. So, this is the passenger side. So, passenger side's going to run all the way on the bottom over there. So, let me move the camera stuff. We're going to go right to cutting this side. Always an inspiring vote of confidence when you cut the line and barely any fluid comes out. Okay, let's move to the back. Oh, that's the adjuster. That's always a good sign. Yeah, it just broke off. Okay. Oh, all right. Probably should get a kit. Shoes look decent though. There's one. Okay, put that over there on this side. That's the broken adjuster. It should be the self-adjuster, yeah, so it's this piece right here. Yep. That's the broken one, driver's side. Okay. I'll loosen everything up. Let's see. actually came out though. Okay. Man. I feel like that's not a super good sign. Let's see. Okay. Ugh. All right. Okay. So, finally that hanging right there. We need to see if we can get this to actually adjust at all. I have a feeling it's totally seized, but we'll see. Just kind of come back up here. These should just sit in there like that. So should that, yep. I pretty much always like to, this just pops out by the way. I always like to replace these. I never really like to reuse them unless I absolutely have to. I feel like it's just, I feel like it's just basically asking for trouble if you do. They were $11. I would much rather skimp elsewhere for the $11. Let's see. We will put this in the vise to see if we can get this to adjust out. If not, this will have to be replaced. But I also don't believe, yeah, there we go. That's always a good sign right there. Perfect. Ideal. I believe we were like this. Just like that right there. And we had that one. I think that one was on that side. There we go. Cool. That feels decent. I don't feel any issues. Yeah, this line's garbage. I would realistically like to remove these lines. I should zip these out real quick, just because these look like trash. The way that they are right now, they're just garbage. I know the only thing I really need to save, I think, is that piece. But eventually I'll change them, but just not right now. We don't really use them here, so yeah. But yeah, let me grab the right thing. These look to be the same. I'm gonna pull this one though, just to make sure. So let me swing you guys around. Like that. And give you guys some light, just like that. Fluid actually looks pretty good there too, which is a good sign. Okay. Perfect. Awesome. Well, we got it out. All our glory. Okay, looking at the two. There you go. So with these, there is a 9-inch brake and a 10-inch brake. I was like 99% sure that this is the 10-inch brake because this is the 8.8. This is not the, I think it's a 7.5 that they put in these trucks in the 3-liter and the 2.5. But this is a 4-liter, so it automatically got the 8.8 like they had in all like the full-size pickups and everything. So yeah, it makes it really nice and easy. So now I'll just bolt this one in, and yeah, so then basically I'm not gonna do the other side immediately. There's no real point to, just because realistically what I need to do at this point in time is I need to pull that front and rear line so I know how much line to buy, even though I can probably estimate, or I should say I need to pull the axle lines and I need to pull the front to rear line. If I can pull both of those, then we know exactly what we need to buy, and we can run up to the store before they close. And when I mean store, I mean probably realistically multiple stores to get everything. I have a feeling that it's going to be a pain to find those fittings or something to work with the fittings. That's just what my thought is as of right now. So I just need to probably get cooking on that. But overall, I would say pretty much a win here. This wasn't too bad. I'm really glad to see that overall the drums weren't in terrible shape. I mean, they're in pretty much the shape I thought that they were going to be. The drums have been replaced somewhat recently, from what I can tell. At least probably 2 or 3 years ago. The face of the drum is still in decent shape from what I can see. It does look like they just need to be rebuilt with like a hardware kit. So that's the thing most people hate working on drums. I like working on drums. I think they're really easy. Usually you can fully rebuild the drum for like 30 bucks. Because rarely ever do you need to replace the shoes or the actual drum itself, unless you're virtually completely out of drum material on the drum itself. So yeah, the cylinders I think ran me 16 bucks a pop, which I thought was pretty reasonable. And the hardware kit's probably gonna run me like 10 or 12. The self-adjuster kit's probably gonna run me like 10 or 12 bucks a side. So like it's really not bad. So yeah, that's pretty much it. The key thing with whenever you work on drums, you only want to work on one side at a time. That's the most important part. Basically, you want to give yourself a guide, because the other side will be exactly the same, just mirrored. That's the whole point of it. So I'm going to set this up so I can pull the axle lines, and then I can pull the front to rear line, and then we will take some measurements and we'll run up to the store. Okay guys, well the passenger side died, or I'm sorry, the battery died just when the entire piece was coming out. Also super annoying, I sprayed this off real quick just because I was like, okay, I need to double check to see if I need anything else on this side. This side's been rebuilt. It doesn't need an adjuster like the driver's side. The driver's side needs an adjuster, completely fell apart on there. This one's already been replaced and the hardware's been done. So they only replaced this side. So annoying. It's just, you could avoid it entirely. So, let's see. All right. This side, we're literally just looking for length. Let's see. This is just like 3/16 line, by the way. Okay. We are looking at, if we go like 13.5 foot, we should be totally good. I can't tell if that's wind or rain I hear. So 13.5 foot, like 100 and, yeah, I think that's wind. 164 inches, give or take. So that should be absolutely everything. And there we go. All right, awesome. So I am going to run up to the store and hopefully get the remainder of the stuff I need. Thankfully, hold on one second, F2 R line, 13.5 foot or 164 inch. Okay, so thankfully somebody gave me a really good idea. They said if you can't find the fittings, which I was able to get free, real quick, they're these super weird fittings. They're these like bubbled fittings. From what I can tell, it looks like the passenger and the rear appear to be something like an M12x1, even though the tops are different. And then the front driver, I have no idea what this says. So I'm gonna bring these with me to the store. We're gonna find out what it is. And hopefully we can find either adapters for them, or I'm going to cut the tips off, flare the pieces. That would be less than ideal because I don't like flaring brake line personally. It's something I'm okay at, but not great at. So, all right, I'm going to run up to the store and we'll check back with you when I get back.